There we go, just going for a walk up Bakestall. Started off at Peterhouse Farm, which you can probably see behind me. And well, I'll give you the crack as we go up. It's a nice walk this, nice and easy until you get to Dash Falls. So, nice easy walk. I might go up Skiddaw afterwards, we'll see. But well, we'll see how time gets on. What have you? So, wait for Scout to have a sniff about, as Scout has a tendency to do. Oh boy, oh boy. So we've come along the farm road, as you can see behind us, and this is the bit where we leave the road. Just, well, pretty much under dead crags. You're mad, you, eh? And you're absolutely mad. So you can see there's a distinct path there that heads up to the same place. Coming off the road, that's the the dusty one that I mean there. Across the valley, Dash Farm, which is where this road leads to, and right ahead. What are you doing, boy? Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah? I wish I had as much energy as you. Come on. Yeah, so right ahead of us, as you can see, that's Dash Falls. So we're heading up to the top of there first, and then we'll be walking along Burkett Edge up to the top. Whoops, step steady, boy. Up to the top of Bakestall, and then we'll decide what we're doing there from there. It's a bit of a hike up Burkett's Edge, to be honest. It's quite steep, but we'll see how we feel when we get up onto Bakestall as to whether we go any further. So yeah, so it's a lovely valley this. You don't get a lot of people coming here, which is a bit of a shame, as it is one of the nicer ways up Skiddaw and what have you. Although there is another ridge further along that, well, as you get to, well, I can't even remember the name of the ridge, to be quite honest, but I'll let you know that later when I've had a look on the map. But yeah, it's a nice valley, as you can see, very nice. Great cock up and what have you over there. Yeah, very nice. So we're just heading up this path, very distinct path to the top of the falls, and that's where we leave the path, or this path anyway, and head up Burkett Edge. So I'll catch you there. Here's dead crags. Just thought I'd show a shot of this. Quite dramatic. Quite a dramatic scene. Very dramatic scene, in fact. We're just heading towards Dash Falls at the moment, and you can see the path is huge. You could walk 5 abreast easy, and it's like this up until the top of, well, it's like this right away up onto Grisdale Common, to be honest. But as far as we're going is just the top of Dash Falls, and that's where we leave this path. Nice valley, nice view down the valley. Yeah, very nice. You enjoying it, kidder? Yeah, big smile on you. Yeah, so, catch you shortly. Just Dead Crags has opened up fully now. I always tend to look up when I'm walking along here, because I always have a feeling that there's going to be a rock coming down on us. Strange, especially there. You see that little bit that's outcropping there? Always looks unsafe to me, so I always keep my eyes upwards when I'm walking along here. It is nice. Quite a view, isn't it? And the falls at the back there, Dash Falls. Yeah, it's almost almost lovely. Nice bit of the world. We're not far from the top of Dash Falls now, but this affords the best view of this valley. So you can see dead crags, very dramatic. A couple of people coming up the way there, and of course you get a bit of view of the waterfall from here, which you don't get such a good view from the top. So, it's steep as buggery. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall down in there, despite the the look of the water, which looks gorgeous, nice and cool after this climb up here. It isn't too bad, don't get us wrong. You know, it's fairly straightforward. The next bit's the worst. The climb up Burkett Edge is a bit of a pain, to say the least. So this is our path here, just before we get to the gate here. And it's a bit marshy to start off with, but after that it becomes fairly solid. But it is steep, I have to say, as you can see. It is a bit rough. So the path as you get up pretty much follows the fence, and comes away from the fence about halfway up and heads up to the peak there. Okay. Yeah, so another quick look down the valley. Very nice it is. You can see the windmills of Flimby, I think they are. No, they're not. They're what do they call it again? Bothell. Little Holland, as they call it round here. And Solway in the distance. Scotland, of course. Beautiful, lovely place. So yeah, one of those places that's well worth a look. So we'll leave you there, and we'll catch you up at the top of Bakestall probably. Did I say Bakewell before? Bakestall! Bakestall! Dead crags, very dramatic. Yeah, we're getting close to the top of Bakestall now. I just wanted to point out this part in the path where you've got two choices, straight up or this one on the right, which takes you to the summit of Bakestall. So choice is yours. They both go to the summit. This one's a more direct sort of route. It comes just after the bit where the ascent sort of levels off a little bit, and the fence bends round a bit as well. So like I say, it's your choice. I'm probably going to head straight to the summit, because I do want to take in that summit. But if you're heading up to Broad End, then you're probably as well just going straight up. So as I say, I'm heading up to the summit, so I'm turning off right. Here we are, up on the summit of Bakestall, and it took me an hour and a quarter from the farm. Half an hour of that was the climb up here from the head of the waterfall. It's quite a hard little pitch that up the side of here, but once you're up, you're rewarded with these lovely views from Grisdale Common and Saddleback there, and Irish Lakes in the distance. There's Bassenswaite. It's lovely, it really is. Definitely worth a look. So there's the view up towards Skiddaw, Broad End, etc. Yeah, so very nice. And I haven't made up my mind whether to go up Broad End. Well, I'll almost certainly go up Broad End, but whether I go up onto Skiddaw is debatable, as it's 5 o'clock in the evening now, and we want to get down before it's dark. Weather's looking a little bit threatening as well, actually, so we'll see how it goes. There's obviously a little bit of rain over in the distance there on the Solway Plain. so I don't think that's going to affect us at all. Having said that, when you look from where the wind's coming, there's some quite bright patches. But yeah, so Bakestall, just stand up for this. Hello Scouty boy, we'll get any treats in a minute, don't you worry son. You can see it's really not a summit as such, it's just a bit that juts out off the Skiddaw, or the main body of Skiddaw. But well, like I say, it's definitely worth a look at this side of Skiddaw. Yeah. So we're going to have treats, aren't we, kidder? And then we'll push on to the top of Broad End probably. So far, very nice. What do you think? Yeah? Get the treats out. That's all you're thinking, isn't it? Yay! I know. We'll be heading off shortly. In a couple of minutes. Yeah, beautiful, aren't you? Oh, beautiful. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a good lad. Yes. Good boy. Well, you're not getting any more. I'll get some more when we do. Whoa, steady. Whoa! Steady boy. Come here. Nearly knocked the camera over. Yeah, so I just thought we'd come to the end of Broad End here, just because you get a lovely view of Coffer Pike and what have you, and that ridge, which is a nice walk, a bit arduous, but it is a nice walk, that one. And of course a nice view of the west side of Skiddaw into the skiing is the same. It's a little bit less windy here in the North Col, which is, that's Broad End just behind us by that Skiddaw there. A nice walk so far. See Solway in the distance there, Lawton Vale, very nice. Dogs having fun. Oh, here we are on Skiddaw, heading up to the rig. I don't know if you can hear us for the wind. Like a windy bit. From Bakestall up to here, it's took 40 minutes. So, is it 40 minutes? Yeah, 37 minutes. And reasonable ride. Definitely not hard. Not as hard as the Bakestall section anyway. Just have to foot actually. So yeah, catch up again when we find a shelter to hide in this shelter on the north summit of Skiddaw. Is it north? It will be north. That's the south there. Not going to bother going up there. The trig's here. So there you go. Here's my little doggy. Wondering if there's any other doggies up here, which there was earlier, because we met a family on the way up Bakestall, as I mentioned, and they had a dog with them. But no, there's nobody else here. It's only me. But then again, it is a Monday, so views behind, lovely. So we're going to have a bite to eat and something to drink, and then we'll be heading back down the same way as we came. Well, I set off We're 3:45. It's now 5 to 6. So it's, you know, it's not such a bad walk. I thought it was going to take longer than that actually. But certainly the hardest bit is the ascent onto Bakestall. The rest of it is fairly straightforward. You know, it certainly doesn't get any worse than Bakestall anyway. So we'll have our bite to eat and head back down. Can't beat a Jaffa cake, can you, kid? Huh? Sit. Shake hands with the king. Goodbye. Do anything for food, won't you? You will. You will. Scrounger. You a scrounger. Worse than me mate Panda. Think? Oh, you like that. Shame there isn't a stream up here, kid, isn't it? I reckon you'll be needing a drink. We'll get one when we get down to what's we call it again, eh? So that's us fed and watted, and looks like a little bit of weather coming in. Nothing too special though. Doesn't cause any problems. Just sort of one or two views around, and in the evening we'll start getting some nice views coming on. It's a bit windy up here at the moment. From the summit of Skiddaw, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching, and see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Something, but what a gorgeous evening. You won't be able to see it, but you can see the windmills out in the Solway from here. Quite nice. In Saddleback, one of my favourite little hills at the moment, which is Bakestall Fell. This is just a view of dead crags. As you go down, I've come away from the path a little bit here just to get the view. You can see it's very nice, especially this time of the evening. Very nice. And dead crags in the Dash Valley, whatever valley it is, looking down towards the farm. Lovely evening, isn't it? Lovely evening, isn't it, kid? Lovely evening.